guys! Welcome to my channel. For today's video, I'll present to you how to eliminate hazard and risk in hospitality industry.
Eliminating risk or hazard in hospitality industry. In the hospitality industry, there's the usual suspect in the terms of workplace hazards and risks that are genetic to our business. Elimination of hazards is the most effective way to protect employees against injuries. However, far too often, companies or individual employees do not take the time to plan out work tasks or the time to actually eliminate the hazard they are faced with. So, difference between hazard and risk. So, hazard, it is any source of potential damage, harm, or adverse health effects on something or someone, and it may remain the same even if the risk is minimized. Risk, chance of probability that a person will be harmed or experience an adverse health effect if exposed to hazard. It may also apply to situations with property or equipment loss or harmful effects on the environment. So we have 6 common safety hazards in hospitality industry. So the first is manual handling. 50% of all injuries in the hotel sector are incurred while carrying out some sort of manual handling related task. They are generally musculoskeletal type injuries, trauma or pain to your back, knees, elbows, muscle tears, contusions, and etc. Slips, trips, and falls. Slips happen when there isn't enough friction or traction between your feet and the surface you're walking on. Common causes of slips include wet or oily floors, spills, loose or uncored mats, and flooring that lacks the same degree of traction in all areas. CCOHS states. Trips happen when your foot strike an object, causing you to lose your balance. Workers trip due to a variety of reasons, including clutter in walkways, poor lighting, uncovered cables, drawers being left open, and wrinkled carpeting or rugs.
Falls account for 20% of all the injuries people suffer at work each year. Almost as many falls occur from workers falling on the same level as from elevated places. To avoid falls on the same level, watch out for slippery spots such as oil, grease, or water spills. Use aisles. Don't take shortcuts through areas not specifically designed for regular travel. Look out for objects on the walking surface that can roll, slide, or trip you up. If you are entering, exiting, or working on an elevated surface, do not run on stairs. Use the handrails. Inspect safety harnesses and lines before using them. Never jump from higher levels like the back of trucks or loading docks. Ladders have their own special rules for safety. Use the correct ladder for the job and use it correctly. Before use, always inspect a ladder for cracks, loose rungs, and damage. Choose a ladder long enough so you can stay off the top rung. Always climb using 3 points of contact. Don't overreach. Be sure of your balance by keeping your belt buckle between the rails. A ladder should have safety feet. Use a board on a soft surface like earth or grass and make sure the feet are leveled. Apply the 4-to-1 rule. Set the ladder 1 foot out for every 4 feet up to the point of support. Remember that rungs are 1 foot apart. This makes it easy to figure the angle. Don't become a victim to a fatal flaw. Whatever you are doing, inattention to the rules is the main weak spot leading to falls. Watch where you are going and what you are doing, and go home safe every day.
Hazardous chemicals. Most hazardous chemicals used in a hotel context are cleaning agents. The kitchen will generally use heavy-duty oven and grill cleaner, although there has been tendency for venues to change to more environmentally friendly products over recent years.
Chemicals in the workplace can present a wide variety of hazards. People who come into contact with hazardous chemicals at work need to know how to keep themselves, their co-workers, the general public, and the environment safe from harm. The standards for classifying and communicating chemical hazards have generally varied between countries, and in many cases across different local regulations. As a result, a substance classified and labeled as toxic or explosive in one country may not be in another. This has the potential to create some significant safety issues. In reaction to this, the United Nations has spent over 20 years developing the Globally Harmonized System of Classification and Labeling of Chemicals, or GHS. Sometimes referred to as the Purple Book, the GHS is a system designed to standardize the classification and communication of chemical hazards around the world, with the goal of reducing the risk of harm to people and to the environment. This program will discuss the key facets of the GHS in 2 parts: hazard classification and hazard communication, including GHS pictograms, labels, and safety data sheets.
Burns, scalds, and cuts. These are the obvious results of hazards that are found in hotel kitchens. Kitchen staff can become blazed when it comes to safety practices. In many cases, it's not the go to wear stainless steel mesh hand gloves or guantes to prevent cuts.
First aid for minor burns. Seema was boiling milk. The saucepan slipped and the hot milk spilled on her hand. She got a burn in her hand. Burns are of 3 types: 1st degree, 2nd degree, and 3rd degree burns. Burns generally come from fire, exposed electrical wires, and chemicals. All the burns need to be treated to reduce the heat of the burnt area and reduce the damage of the skin. In case of 1st degree burn, remove the cloth from the affected area, run cool water over it. Do not apply oil or butter. Apply burn gels or cream to the affected area after drying it. First aid for major burns. When the extent of damage of tissues is large, it is categorized as major burn. In case of major burn, approach for the medical help immediately for the 2nd and 3rd degree burns. Follow the instructions for 1st degree burns.
Electrical. The best protection against electrical hazards is to install residual current devices or safety switches on all your electrical circuits. Many older hotels don't have this level of protection, but it's becoming an essential in a modern day context as our reliance on electrical or electronic equipment increases. Do not use electrical double adapters in any circumstances. Protect extension leads from damage or lying in wet areas. And test and tag your portable electrical equipment if all your circuits do not have safety switches.
Have you ever thought of all the ways you use electricity? We depend on electricity to light our homes, charge our phones and computers, wash our clothes. It powers our lives. But electricity can also be dangerous, even deadly, when used the wrong way. Keep these electrical safety tips in mind to avoid accidents and injuries. Electricity and liquids do not mix. Never place electronics and appliances near water, like next to the sink or the tub. This tip applies to gaming equipment too. Never place a drink near your gaming console. Spills could result in electric shock. Never climb trees near power lines and electrical equipment. Same goes for kites and drones. Before you fly them, make sure you're far away from any overhead power lines. Never pull a plug from an electrical outlet by its cord. Pull from the plug to avoid potential shock. Or ask an adult to help you. Going for a swim? Remember, never swim during stormy weather. If you hear thunder, immediately exit the pool until the storm has passed. These are just a few tips to keep in mind. Remember, electricity is amazing stuff, but you should always play it safe. If you're not sure about something, ask an adult. Want more tips? We're here to help. Contact us to learn more about electrical safety.
And the last is carbon dioxide gas. Food-grade carbon dioxide is used in hospitality for beverage dispensing. This gas is inert, odorless, and as asphyxiant. CO2 is heavier than air, so if it leaked in a cellar, it would pool on the floor and then rise. In today's contemporary world, it would probably be deemed negligent if hotel cellars or in areas that are not ventilated did not protect their staff from the risk by installing a CO2 detector and alarm system. In terms of gas, ensure that gas bottles are chained up and that gas fittings are properly maintained.
This video will outline the properties and potential hazards of carbon dioxide. In order to use carbon dioxide safely and effectively in your establishment, it is important to understand the potential hazards so that these can be managed through the appropriate control measures. Food-grade carbon dioxide is used for the carbonation and pressure dispensing of bulk beer, cider, and post-mix systems. Carbon dioxide is a colourless, odourless gas that is non-flammable. The air we breathe contains less than 1% carbon dioxide. However, carbon dioxide is an asphyxiant gas, which means it can cause unconsciousness or death by suffocation in larger doses. Carbon dioxide concentrations of 3 to 5% in air will cause increased breathing rates and headaches. Concentrations of 8 to 15% can cause headaches, nausea and vomiting, which may lead to unconsciousness if the affected person is not moved to open air and given oxygen. Inhalation of a mixture containing increased levels of carbon dioxide can result in death in only a few minutes. With the appropriate systems and procedures in place, carbon dioxide can be used safely, therefore minimising these dangers. Contact your local VOC representative to seek the appropriate advice on the safe use of these gases.
This video shows hospitality industry health and safety program.
No matter the weather.
And when we need them most.
We depend on them.
And they know they can depend on us.
The duration of workplace injury claims is on the rise in our industry, meaning claims costs are increasing.
So we've improved and further developed an occupational health and safety program.
We're avoiding hidden costs that other companies just don't see.
When an employee is injured on the job, the direct insurance costs such as sick pay, increased premiums, and potential penalties are only the tip of the iceberg. On average, for every $1 of direct costs of an accident, a company will expend an additional $4 in indirect costs, according to WorkSafe BC. These hidden costs include reduced employee morale, costs for replacement workers, overtime, investigation time, reduced productivity, production delays, legal costs, cost to repair damaged equipment or products, loss of contracts and damage to business reputation, and administrative costs.
It's the difference between a 100% surcharge and a 50% discount.
We're working to keep our industry base rate low.
Our safety program is better managed, allowing our employees to return to work happier and faster.
And most importantly, we're doing our best to protect our employees.
Because of our occupational health and safety program, we're able to participate in the Certificate of Recognition programs, which allows our company to receive up to a 15% incentive on our premiums.
Go-to resources like the Risk Assessment Tool and Safety Talks make it easier. They are free, customizable, and industry-specific, whether you deal with these lines or these. Go-To is BC Tourism's Human Resource Association and certifying partner for the CORE program. Go-To offers programs and resources for businesses to recruit, retain, and train employees. Explore our website to learn more. go2hr.ca.
And that's all. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.